Hi everyone. I forgot to mention one thing about how to cite ChatGPT in that last video. So you also need to do the in-text citation. So every time you cite an outside source, something that you didn't write or you didn't know when you started writing your paper, you're going to cite. That's called academic integrity. It's like tagging somebody in a social media post. It's how we communicate and validate who's writing the cool stuff, who's getting cited the most. So there are two parts to every citation. One part is what you do in the text. So this was the end of the text that I got from ChatGPT, okay, in the discussion that we were just having, the example I just showed you. This is called an in-text parenthetical citation. It's in the text that I'm citing. It's in the sentence. Notice the period is outside of this citation. It's after it. So the in-text parenthetical citation is in the sentence that finishes what you're citing, okay? And it's in a set of parentheses, hence the word parenthetical, right? In-text parenthetical citation. Now, when you're citing, like, let's say you were citing something I wrote, my last name is Whiting, you'd put Whiting there because you're citing the author, all right? And if there's a page number associated with it, you put the page number. We'll talk about MLA citations, in-text parenthetical citations, in depth. But I wanted to show you that this is actually the in-text parenthetical citation for interacting with a generative AI, a prompt that you've given them. Remember, this was the actual citation. This is called a terminal citation. It goes at the end of your paper. So in this case, the end of my directions here. And it catalogs the full information about what you have in the in-text parenthetical. The in-text parenthetical citation is like breadcrumbs. It's leading your reader, giving them enough information. If they want to scroll to the bottom and see your works cited page, they'll be able to find it. So in many cases, you have the author's last name, Whiting, and then you'd scroll to the W's, and because it's alphabetized, and then you'd find the W, and you'd see what article it was I had written that was being cited. Okay, in this case, what you do when you are citing a prompt and the output of a prompt, you get the first three words of what you actually wrote as the prompt. So you're actually citing the prompt here. So the first three words in my prompt were please create a. So that's what you put in the in-text parenthetical. You don't, because I was the author of the prompt, right? And I'm citing the output, and this gets into who owns the output, right? But the way that the Modern Language Association wants you to cite it is to use the first three words of the prompt as the text within the parentheses in the in-text parenthetical citation. So that's what this is. If it looks a little weird, that's why. I'm following the rules of citing ChatGPT. Now, with all of this, start citing ChatGPT. If you are using it, make sure you cite it. In-text parenthetical citation within the last sentence of the thing that you're citing. And then in your works cited section, so in this case I only have one work, label it works cited, and use my previous video to do this. Okay? So let's all start citing whatever model you're using. If you're using AI, get in the habit of citing it. It's not hard to do. And it's what allows us to avoid plagiarism. All right. Thanks, everybody.